And we will start with my figure 8 over my trot rails.
Oh my god, I can't.
In front of the leg and you feel good about the trot.
I have a question. It may vary between different barns. Let's hear the question.
Grabbing everyone's favorite neck strap. Okay. The way I want you to use the neck strap, guys. 2 hands on the neck strap. Lean away from the strap and drop the weight into the leg, okay? So we're not pulling ourselves forward with the strap. It's
girl.
So thinking of idea of a turn on the haunch here through the stones. And then go forward, give. Now grab the neck strap now. Don't wait until the last second. Lean away and drop into the hip. There we go. All right, and then more inside, like you guys falling through that turn on the back side of it. Okay, that's the martingale. At least you grabbed something.
Around the world, I'm sure our clients might
Little shorter
not love that.
Okay, keep going. Yeah, so think about steering his hips and his belly instead of his head, okay? His head will follow his hips. Horse's momentum works back to front instead of front to back. So if you can control where the hind end goes.
Ah, yes, our riders love to cut.
There we go. Need a little more outside leg and rein there.
It's
right?
11:40 in the morning.
Through that turn. Much better with the 2-point though. Helpful when we know where to put our hands, isn't it? There you go. And then put the trot right back to pace. Relax the arm down there. Much better turn, Liz. Good. Eye up. Grab the neck strap for me. There we go. And then when you go into that 2-point, yeah, stay straight for a step or 2 longer after the rails. And then when you go into the 2-point, Liz, I need you to drop a little deeper into the ankle, okay? Because you're still a little here. Better. And then pressing with the leg across. Remember, we have to get across the rails, not just to them, right?
We're in the United States. I wish we were in the UK, but we are in the US.
Bring down a little bit in those turns, okay? Take your time in the turn, and then you can put a little leg on after. Better. Eye up. Much better. Feel the difference? You want to rush through the turn so much, and then it gets messy.
I'm sure she would love that.
Here we go. Good.
Is this a public plot for training? What does that mean?
Press. Good. That's it. That's it. And then send her forward. Giddy up. Good. Okay. Starting the turn a little too early. You feel that? Okay. Okay. Into the ankle. Into the ankle. Into the ankle. Yeah. So the weight has to drop. Pull that left knee. Oh boy. Pull that left knee off. Okay. Of the saddle in the 2-point and drop down into it a little bit more.
My goodness, it's snowing everywhere.
And then we've got to go straight or longer. We're really kind of motorcycling around that right turn around the rock.
Well, here we are. Live stream lesson. It's a private boarding barn, yes.
Eye up. Outside rein and leg. You got it. Good.
No. All of these horses are privately owned.
Leg on, leg on, leg on, leg on. Good. There you go. Careful when you put that leg on, Liz, that you don't stand on the toe and roll the knee in when you go to squeeze, okay?
No worries.
It was better, though. You feel how pressing across there helps a little, yeah? Yeah. When does your new saddle come? A couple days, huh? Oh, that's right. Monday. You texted me that.
A lot of no stirrup work.
Eye up. Better in the turn. Now a little leg. Here we go. Balance turn, then a little leg out of it. Leg. Press. Fine. Now wait a little. Don't turn yet. There you
maybe
go.
at one point, but she doesn't have any lesson horses right now.
Good, Tyler. Keep that hand on the neck strap until all 4 of her legs have finished over the 2nd rail. Okay, we're just letting go of that a little bit early. Good. Give a little, Liz, and let him trot a little forward again. We're just a hair behind the momentum. Keep going. Yeah, block the left side. He's getting a little wide through his left shoulder and hip, and that's making him slow down because he's going sideways instead of forward.
This is BMO, and that's Gertrude.
Good.
Or Gertie.
Next step. Better with the leg. Take your time. Yes, there we go. We want to plan the turn, right? Yep. We get a little frenetic in those turns. Calm down. 2 hands. Leg on, leg on, leg on, leg on. Yeah, but you said bad before you even got to the rails, right? There's time to fix it. Make it better. It's never too far gone. There we go. There you go. Better turn. Little off the knee here now.
It's about maybe 75 degrees right now. It's pretty nice out.
Yeah, we're glad it's not snowing here. We hate snow, but the thing we really hate is ice. All right, guys, same thing, figure 8. Okay. If the horses want to rush the jump a little, what might be a good idea? Right? Otherwise, we want to land and go a little forward. All right, so Talia, you're going to be right up BMO's ass.
I'm going to do a lap to get it going.
Okay, that's fine. You can do a lap to get your momentum. Okay, so Talia, we're doing kind of a lengthening of trot. So you've got to explain to her with your aids that you want something different with your leg. Okay, so if we just keep letting her trot faster and faster, then she's going to think that's what the leg means, right? So we need to collect a little bit and add the leg aid again. Look, just start jumping. There we go. Give, 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 give. Press, press, press. That's it. Okay, and then same as tiny penis brigade motorcycle. And then a little leg and balance into the turn so that she's not late on the change. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna be a little softer with the hand there, Liz. Okay. Remember that your horse knows the job, right? We don't need to completely micromanage. So we need to maintain.
These guys do like the 2-3-2-6.
And then that's the wrong strap there, Talia. I like that you're grabbing something, but I would like you a little further forward with the hand. Good. Stretch up. Exhale. 1, 2, 1, 2. Grab. Here.
We would catch them.
Okay.
We would
so now when you feel like it's not working out, Liz, don't panic, okay? Keep a little leg on. Stretch away from the jump. And close the hand and he'll help you out.
They usually stop somewhere.
Grab, grab, grab. Okay, so we're leaning forward, but we're not grabbing my strap, and then we're not balancing with leg away from the jump, Talia. It's a little lackadaisical, okay? Here we go. Good. I want you to follow with the elbow, Liz, a little more after you've made your turn. We're a little locked in the arm, and so he's hitting that contact every step accidentally.
She doesn't give one-off lessons, so there's no price for that. It's all included in the board.
It was the right choice.
But the lessons are an hour.
Forward again when we back up. Elbow, elbow, elbow. Okay. Little bit better. Still commit to that a little more, okay?
All right.
Trust the canter a little more. Here's our energy. Now stretch up. That's
We're
fine.
about
For the height of
30
the jump,
minutes
that's
to
not
20
bad,
minutes
but then
into
you
the
have to land
lesson.
and go forward again. Give, give, give. That's better. That's better. Good. Then a little settle, Liz. Then a little settle. There you go. Then breathe through it a little more. Good. Taller. Got it. Stretch away. Fine. Now back to it. Now put your leg on. Put your leg on. Better. There we go. Yes. There we go. There we go. Better. That's the balanced energy. Understand?
Yep.
Yeah. Much better. Good. Yeah. Make a circle. Gertie will kick him right in the head just to feel
Down in the
something.
leg, holding their body quiet over the fences.
Better. There we go. Good. Now go press away. Balance up. Balance up. Yeah, so you've got to get that lead change before you turn. You're just
They have
letting her
jump
fall through the
straps
right
to
turn.
hold so they can
Okay,
keep their
you're
hands
letting the
quiet.
rock do the work for you for the straightness, Talia. Okay, you've got to do that on your own. Gotta do
We
that
are
on your
in
own.
Los Angeles, California.
Give, give, give. Yes, there we go. Better, Liz. Okay. Yeah, exactly what I mean, right? So we're not landing and steering. We're just assuming that Gertie knows to go through the rocks. We've got to land and do the steering part, right? Stretch away. Give, stretch away. Good. Stretch away. Good. There you go. Fine. Fine. Better. Good. Back to walk, Liz. Catch your breath. It's like 60 degrees.
What are they working on? We've got a lot of questions on what is the main point of this?
The main point of this exercise is to keep an even rhythm and let the jump come to you. And then I've got the neck straps on because we're all working on letting our hands follow over the jump instead of opening in the air and getting the horse on the backside. But this is kind of to make a square turn and then keep an even rhythm to the jump and then make a square turn away.
How long have you been training for?
Professionally, 20 years. 20 years I've been training. I am old. I did a couple of years where I was, teaching and training and everything before I officially turned pro. But yeah, so probably if you wanted to add all that in, probably 23, 24 years.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
What country are you in?
The United States of Insanity.
Womp womp.
Yeah. If you're from Greenland, I'm so sorry. I don't even know. We have no explanations. It's awful. We hate it here. Yeah.
I love that you are not afraid to share your political opinions.
Yeah. Not everyone agrees with you. But thankfully I've got a lot of you that support it, so we love you.
Do you prefer an air vest or body protector?
I don't ride with either. For me, it's very personal, whatever people prefer. I think it's great. I am a big advocate for air vests and body protectors. I don't ride with them because I'm autistic. I have a lot of sensory issues, and they really trip a lot of the sensory issues for me. But I do think that they're extremely useful tools. And I know a lot of people who have avoided really bad accidents or injuries while wearing them. So yeah, most of my clients ride in air vests if they're gonna ride anything. But yeah, it's a good question. And I've never had an air vest malfunction on a client. I know some people worry about that, but I've never seen it happen on one of my clients. I did see it happen in the show ring once with another rider, but it's very rare. All right, ladies, we're gonna go one at a time. Okay, I want to see you're going to come out the left lead. You're going to step my cross rail, same we have. Then you're going to make a right, and we're going to jump the outside line 6 strides, and then a halt.
Sorry guys, I'm really trying to get through all these questions, but she's got to teach too, so.
Got it? That's me one while she's getting her canter.
Oh, okay. When jumping, how do I match the 2-point to the jump when I jump?
I would say start by doing it a little bit early, like start a stride away or so, or 2 strides away, and kind of set yourself up. And then you want to wait for your horse to leave the ground and follow them. But that's a feel that's developed over time. And don't worry if you don't get it every time and exactly right. It's something that we develop as we learn. Go, stretch away. Good, that's it. Dropping into the leg. You got it. It's all right. Yeah, so try to turn the front end before the hind end there. That's where we get a little stuck with that hind change. Stretch away, give a little.
Love a bareback lesson.
Let it come to you. Lovely. Little leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Yeah, then 2 hands on that strap. Where's my halt? Where's my halt?
$1.
$1 for the halt jar. It's in the office. All right, ready?
Any experience with teaching horses to go over fences after a kissing spine surgery?
I've never done kissing spine surgery on one, so no, I don't actually have experience with that. I cannot speak to that, but I think following your surgeon's advice and your supporting vet, is going to be the best option for that. And just slow and listen to the horses. They'll tell you how they're feeling. Here we go. Little shorter rein. Eye up.
Yes, these
Okay.
are their horses.
Yeah, they either lease or own. Sit still. She's got it. Now go forward. 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 Now mean it. Now mean it. Now mean it. Oh boy. Okay. So remember that if we're not getting the reaction to the 8, we need to increase the aid or add another one, right? High up. We're going to look to be out of the line. Keep going. Steering. Go below the rung. Leg on. 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Okay. Better. Oh, Talia had the benefit of watching Liz forget the hold. All right, guys, give me a second to adjust. Keep the leg, even if it's the leg. There we go. Brooke says go forward. He always knows. This dog can read my thoughts. Okay, little outside rein. Now keep her in a tunnel, leg to hand. Good. 1, 2, 3. Remember, you have a neck strap. Remember, good. Now collect. Look up. Look up. Comes up quick. Comes up quick. Stretch away. Neck strap and don't let go. Don't let go. Neck strap, but hold it. Nope, we're not holding it. Nope, we're not holding it. Nope, we're not holding it. Right rein. Right rein. Okay, now stretch up. Now she's too long and she's diving left. She's gonna really hurt you in this bending line. Look, tell her what's happening. Stay in the leg. Outside rein. Oh boy, thanks, Gertie. Yep. Okay, so we're a little by the skin of our teeth, right? Little by the skin of our teeth, where we're kind of relying a little bit on Gertie's goodwill, wouldn't you say? Okay, we need to stay a little more over the middle and ride her a little more up into the contact so that you guys are having a constant balance communication, right? Instead of you kind of pointing her to a jump and go, right? We'll just jump, okay? Okay, the neck strap is not for decoration, right? They're not actually even cute. It's a bad decoration. Functionality. There we go. So off those knees, stay in the hips, all the way down past the ball of your foot. Give. Okay, that's all right. Just gave a little late. We were a little under it. Good. Now keep a little leg on your right. You have slightly less horse than you had the other day, right? So you gotta create it. There. Now you're fine. Land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Stay out. Look. We're cutting the turn. Now grab that neck strap. Lean away. Stay on it. Lean away. Stay in the leg. Stay in the leg. Better. Look. Now collect. Yay, elbows. Straighten his right side. Push his right side away from me. Ooh, okay, look. Yeah. Okay, keep coming. Get the yellow again off the right, lead into your bending line. So we asked for the big gappy long one heading into a tight bending line, right?
These are privately owned horses.
Option that we've ever chosen, wouldn't you agree? Yes. Eye up, look. Outside aids. You're fine. Give. Better. There we go.
I wasn't supposed to hold, right?
No, you weren't supposed to hold. No. Okay, so remember, we want to make smart choices, guys, right? So when we're making our plan for our course, if I have a tight bend, I'm not looking for a long distance. I'm going to come out of that corner and collect and package and look for a distance that's a little closer to the base, right? So that then my horse lands a little in the hand and they're not careening off on a big long gallop and thinking that they're supposed to lengthen, right? Because if I ask them to lengthen for a long distance on the front side of the jump, what do they land doing? Lengthening, the same thing, right? The jump doesn't reset the pace. They land off the jump on the same cue that they got on the front side of it, right? So we have to tell them, hey, I need you to be a little here because there's a weird turn after this, right? Because they just think they're going straight and then they'll turn when they get to the rail. They're not thinking that there's going to be a tight bending line, right? Okay, better here in the line. Do you feel how you're coming a little out of your leg when you have the hand down there?
Yes.
So that's why we're doing this, right? So because what you're wanting to do is fall up this way.
We are.
We're fighting, right?
Going to thermal. We're going to thermal in a couple weeks.
And kind of sink into the hip and the knee.
This is Rook.
You can feel when you pop up like that, it tells you that you're pinched here. And that's what, if you weren't holding the strap, you would tip back on the landing of the jump. Does that make sense? Yes. All right, let's try it again. Same thing, but better.
What does board include?
It's a full service stable, so board includes grooming, training, and board. So it's hay, grain, shavings, mucking, turnout, tacking and untacking, all the lessons, all the training rides, pretty much everything except vet, farrier, and any other, and supplements.
We do not have lesson horses.
Yeah, sorry guys, they're really expensive out here to keep.
Horses?
Yeah, like the lesson horses are just, it's kind of stopped making sense for most training. It's hard to actually make any money on them without like abusing them, without being abusive. Okay, so we're gonna steer, right, and we're gonna stay over the middle of her. Okay.
Yes, we do.
So I saw you kick there, but I didn't see her respond, right? So that's where maybe a bigger kick or maybe a little touch with the stick or something just a little bit more animated might help your cause. Yeah, hold her up there on the sides. She wants to dive in. Ooh, we got racehorse skirty. There we go. Stretch away from the hand. Now take her. We're just going to try and maintain our good canter and support it. Little leg here. Okay, so that's a big change, right? Remember, if we need to make a big change to get to a distance, it's the wrong choice, right? Little change makes sense. Big change,
Yes, Bella.
less sense. Good, now go for your 6, go.
She is taking more clients right now.
Yes, good. Outside rein. Look up, collect, hard. Elbows, elbows, elbows. There you go. Now grab that strap. Find your leg, find your hip, find your leg, find your hip. Good, yes. Love. Elbows, good. Stay in your hip. There you go. Now collect a distance here. We're going to tell him what we need for what's next. Oh, look. Stay in it. Outside aid, stay in it. Good. Nice, Liz. Nice.
Oh, she's on it.
There we go. That's some horseback riding. So much better. I loved this exercise. Through here, through the gymnastic, it was really good sinking in and following with the hand. Are you getting that feeling?
Yes. I'm also just like, I feel not back or forth.
Yes.
So I'm like actually balanced, I think.
Yes, exactly right.
And my arms can actually move
yes.
because they're not holding me up.
Exactly. Yes, I love that. And I like how
We
here,
do not need
like
a farrier.
It almost went a little wrong,
Sorry.
but you just sat
This
up and you
is
were like,
Los
you know
Angeles,
what?
California.
I'm just gonna make the best of what I have. And it worked out fine, didn't it?
I'm like, my legs and hips are back. I'm like, we'll make it.
And that's what we keep working on, right? Where I'm going, you can keep riding. You know what you're never out of time until you're in the air, right? Like you can still make it, just go, okay, well, this isn't exactly what I wanted, but how can I make the best of what I have? And you did an excellent job with that there, where it was like not quite what you were planning, but you were like, well, this is also fine. And he doesn't give a shit, right? He was like, fine. He's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Shove my face, I'll do it.
Yeah, he's like, that makes sense, right? That's exactly what I've been talking about. Stay in it, keep riding, make the best of
Private
what you've got,
facility.
right? Guys, you want to do any more? Are you done for today?
We do not go to WEF.
Start with the gymnastics?
Yeah, start with the gymnastics. That's fine. Nice outside aids. There. Now we're going to grab our strap and we're going to find our leg. Strap, 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 strap. Okay. One day we're going to grab a strap and then we're not going to lean up our neck at our hands.
One horse available for lease.
2.
2 horses available for lease.
Stretch away. Look right. Stay in it. Stay in
2.
it. Stay in it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, there we go. Good for you. Okay, you guys have to get away from this idea that if it isn't perfect, that it's a panic and it's a meltdown and it's avoided and it's a stop and start over, right? 80% of riding is just fixing what's going wrong, right? That's the whole sport. Literally the whole sport. And the ones who are
These
really
are
good at
year-long
it are the good
leases.
ones, right?
Our bodies are like always ready.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Very good, guys. It is good for today, huh?
Yeah.
You can add to it tomorrow. Well done.
I felt so much better about that. I have to actually just like shove the hips back.
We'll
Yeah,
ask
it's a
her.
little bit of a backwards with the hips. Yeah.
Whereas I think I've been going like this.
Yeah, you kind of lock and then
Yeah.
it's that. So we were talking about the other day where I was like, you kind of want your hips to stay in one place all the time.
I don't think these
and
are
you've gotta
on the
have a little
page
more
yet, but let me
motion.
ask her.
And when I'm like that, that's when you go here.
Yeah, then you can be here with the elbow. Yeah, exactly.
We do show at Thermal. We'll be there
So we
soon.
can't stand it.
Still perfect.
Are the horses that are up for lease on your website?
One of them is, the other one isn't yet because he's new and we're just zhuzhing him.
Which ones are for lease?
Taco and Moon Pie.
Taco and Moon Pie. Oh yeah, let's forget about Taco.
But yes.
Come ride with us.
It's fun here. It's fun here.
Everybody said your grid was very beautiful and you should go to the Olympics.
Wow.
Emo's like, I'm ready.
He's ready.
Are the horses for lease hunters or jumpers?
One is a hunter X type and one is a jumper that could double in the X. He's actually really cute, not a mover, but he could do the hunter or the X, but he has not done it. He's more.
Would you teach lessons to someone who would trailer their own horse in?
I do trailer-ins. Yes, I do trailer-ins. It's $100 to me, and then there's a facility fee. I forget what it is. I think it's like $30. Yeah, I do trailer-ins.
Grays or bays?
Grays. I'm a horse for a gray. But you know what? A good horse comes in every color. So
It's about 60 to 70 degrees here.
that's and when the sun comes out, it's nice.
What's the difference between jumpers and hunters?
So jumpers are judged as a traditional show jumping, and so it's judged on usually speed of some sort. So it's like there's optimum time and stuff, but it's judged on speed of a type, and then if you leave the jumps up. So you have to kind of be within a certain time limit and or the fastest, and then you have to not knock any jumps down, not have any refusals. The hunters is actually judged on the horse's way of going. So it's judged on the way that they move, their rhythm, and the athleticism of their jump. So it's actually like a person judging what they think about how that horse moves and jumps throughout a course. So it's very subjective, where the jumpers are a little bit more objective.
Does lower leg being turned out affect balance for a rider?
Like lower leg being turned out like this, yes. But you have to understand people have different conformation. So how much your leg turns out is going to depend a little bit on like how your hips are put on and how your pelvis is put together. So it's going to be a little bit different. The like standard norm is 30 degrees for the toe to be turned out 30 degrees, which is like 15 to 30 degrees. 90 degrees is too much because it winds up really opening the hips so much that you're going to different muscles. But like 15 to 30 degrees is kind of considered like the gold standard for turnout.
Do we do clinics here?
We have done clinics here. I would love to do more clinics here. The one we did, the timing was unfortunate because of the fires, but it wound up being really fun. It was just so much work because of the timing specifically, but I would love to do more clinics here. And I do clinics. I have gone and traveled to different states and done clinics myself, so I know which way. But, yeah.
I loved watching the Boyd Clinic you guys did.
I'm so glad you tuned in. It was an absolute wonderful experience. I think we all had a really good time, even though like we had an amazing time while simultaneously sort of wanting to kill ourselves, but like that had nothing to do with Boyd. Boyd was fantastic. No notes on Boyd. He was great. And for everyone who loves how vocal I am about my political opinions, just so you know, Boyd is on our team. So, or at least from the conversations that I had with him, he's one you can feel safe following.
Do people have to share the same political views as you in order to board here?
No, they absolutely don't. And I do have some clients that are a little bit more, middle of the road than I am. I think I'm a pretty open-minded person, and I'll have a conversation with absolutely anyone. But if someone comes into my barn and is making statements against someone or that are derogatory, inflammatory, or otherwise really negative, I will kick them out. So and that's not necessarily political views, that's anything. And I actually have a code of conduct that everyone has to sign. Like, I'm pretty strict about, like, in a nutshell, don't be a cunt. And I feel pretty strongly about that. So, but no, I mean, if I don't understand it necessarily, but I'm also happy to have a conversation about it. And I do have some clients that lean a little more right. And we have had some really like good conversations,
Am I allowed to take lessons if I'm racist? No.
Not here. You don't need that.
Go somewhere else.
There's plenty of trainers that will let you be in their barns, but I'm not one of them. No, you can't be racist and ride here. It's a rule.
Any recommendations for a thoroughbred in a snaffle constantly chomping / avoiding contact in the bit?
I mean, anytime a horse is avoiding anything, my first thought is just vet. You know, have you had their teeth done? Have you had their back and SI checked? Have you had their neck checked? Usually when a horse is really against the contact, it's because they physically are having trouble doing it. So I would say get all of that checked, have them scoped for ulcers for sure. It's a good place to start, honestly. Teeth check and scope for ulcers and go from there. And if all that checks out, then I would just do a lot of really loose, long, stretchy work. Try and get them to stretch down first a bit, and then see if you can kind of pick them back up.
I'm in high school and want to ride to Division 1. Is there anything you recommend doing now to get on a team?
Okay, so I am too old to answer this question because Division 1 equestrian sport didn't exist when I went to college. But I can tell you that there are actually a lot of, you can Google it, there are a lot of people whose whole career it is to help with that exact question. Like there's counselors that you can work with that help you line up what's necessary to increase your odds to get on a team or whatever. So there's people that like literally do that for their job.
Tips for a 6-year-old horse being spooky this winter in an indoor.
I mean, more work. Yeah, I mean, a 6-year-old horse is going to be spooky in the winter. They're young and they're excited and they feel amazing, and I love that for them. But you could try a little bit of like a magnesium supplement, like a Perfect Prep or an Easy Boy. You could try a little lunge before you ride them. It's just a weird noise. But yeah, I like a little magnesium powder sometimes. Just helps level that out. If they're really, really crazy and difficult, you know, if you're not showing, you know, you could throw them on a little Regimate. Honestly, works wonders for the short term, but you can't show on it. So.
Tips for a horse that only spooks at sound in the winter.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything is elevated in the winter, right? So the horses, when, you know, horses are autistic basically, right? So they're like, when they have a lot of energy, the sensory input becomes bigger for them. So it really becomes that they have a lot of energy and the sound is is one thing too much, right? So I think if you have a horse that spooks at sound in the winter, dampen the sound. Like, I feel like everyone thinks like, oh, the horse has to get used to it. They have to get used to it. And yes, fair at some point, but like, as an autistic person who has a ton of sensory issues, I am not going to get used to a tag in my sweater. I'm just not. It has to be removed. It's not going to happen. And I think some horses are like that. So earplugs and a noise canceling bonnet, it will just keep the voices in their head sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Would you talk about the fingerless gloves that you wear?
Yes. So about 14 years ago, I was diagnosed with a photoeruption disorder, which is like a sun allergy. So if the backs of my hands and my wrists are out in the sun for too long, I'll get these giant, disgusting welts that open and blister. So I have these sleeves that are UPF. They're like sunproof, and I just buy them on Amazon. I think I have a link in my bio to the Amazon shop. And they go up to like here because the sun shirts have the gap. So they cover my hands, the tips of my fingers. It doesn't bother. It's just like the backs of my hands and my wrists. Yeah, that's why I wear them all the time, because it's like within an hour or two out in the sun, my hands will start to welt up.
The mountains are so beautiful. Yes, they are.
Like Jurassic Park.
When would you say is the right time to buy a horse?
I think that varies for everyone. It really depends, I think, on your goals. So like sometimes...
Sorry, I forgot you were attached. I just almost took her out. Sorry, guys.
It's, you know, if you're buying a horse at a low level, keep in mind that if you want to move to a higher level, you're probably not going to buy a horse that's going to take you there. So you'll need a stepping stone horse. So then that horse eventually, you'll need another horse. So sometimes leasing is a good option, or some people will buy and then sell or lease out or whatever and get another one. But I think it really depends. Like here, it's really hard to find school horses. It's harder, you know, the leased horses tend to be kind of expensive. So sometimes buying, even if you're not at a very high level, makes a lot of sense. And sometimes waiting until you're at a higher level if you have availability to ride horses without buying is good. So yeah, it really depends on your situation.
How do you stop a cribbing horse?
You don't. Sorry. You can't.
Are we doing any more Amy lessons today?
No, I think actually we're done with lessons. I think we just have the one. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm gonna ride a couple, and then we have one lesson that's like not. She just came back off of being away for a couple months, so it'll just be a really light, happy ride.
I think that's it.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye, guys.